My mother-in-law gave me a family heirloom on my wedding day. Last month I discovered what she really gave me. The morning of my wedding, Patricia presented me with an ornate jewelry box. Every woman in our family wears this on her wedding day, she said, clasping a heavy gold locket around my neck. It's been passed down for 5 generations. Inside was a faded photo of a woman I didn't recognize. Your great-great-grandmother, Patricia explained, though something flickered in her eyes when she said it. For 3 years I wore that locket to every family gathering. Patricia would always touch it when she hugged me, whispering, "Remember what you are carrying." I thought she meant family legacy. I was wrong. My husband Tom never asked about the locket, which seems strange since it was supposedly his family's treasure. When I mentioned showing it to our jeweler for cleaning, he got weirdly defensive. Mom would lose it if anything happened to that thing. Everything changed when Patricia had a stroke last month. While she was hospitalized, Tom asked me to get some documents from her house. In her bedroom, I found a wall of photos, dozens of women all wearing my locket. None of them looked related. I started taking pictures, comparing faces, with ethnicities, different eras, but all had the same forced smile. On the back of each photo was a name and 2 dates. The second date was always within 10 years of the first. In Patricia's desk, I found a leather journal. The first entry was dated 40 years ago. The new one took the locket today. She seemed stronger than the last. My hands shook as I read each entry detailed a different woman, their habits, their weaknesses, their expiration dates. Susan lasted 6 years, teen allergy. Maria made it 8. Stairs are dangerous. Jennifer barely made 3. Never learned to swim. After each woman's final entry, the same note. Tom is ready for the next one. I found my own page halfway through. Rachel married Tom May 15th. On the side just regularly. Might last longer than usual. The most recent entry was from last week. Time to start looking. Ours policy matures in 6 months. I drove home in a daze. Tom was cooking dinner, humming off key like always. I touched the locket, finally understanding Patricia's whispers. She wasn't reminding me of what I carried. She was checking her investment. "How is Mom's house?" Tom asked without turning around. "Fine," I managed. "Found everything you needed that night." I couldn't stop staring at him. The man who brought me flowers every Friday, who cried at our wedding, who was apparently on his 4th wife. I hired a private investigator the next day. Within a week, he'd found them. Susan, Maria, Jennifer, all married to Tom, all dead within a decade, all wearing the locket in their final photos, all with $1 million life insurance policies. The investigator also found something else. The locket wasn't a family heirloom. Patricia bought it from an estate sale in 1983, the year before Tom's first marriage. She'd invented the entire tradition. Tom proposed to his next target while I was still wearing my wedding ring, a young nurse from Patricia's hospital. I watched from my car as he took her to our old date spot. The same restaurants, the same park bench, even the same proposal speech. I'd recorded it at our engagement party, thinking it was so romantic. Now his words sounded rehearsed because they were. I considered going to the police. But what evidence did I have? A creepy journal and some coincidences? Instead, I did something else. Berate her I was Tom's ex-wife, that I'd caught him cheating. I showed her photos of Tom with another woman, alias pictures of him with his sister, but she didn't need to know that. "He's already moving on," Sarah cried. "He said I was special." "You are special," I said, sliding the locket across the table. "He gave me this when we dated, said it was one of a kind. Look inside." She opened it to find the photo I'd inserted that morning. Tom with another woman, another one of his sister's photos. Sarah threw the locket back at me and stormed out. Tom texted me an hour later. "Why did Sarah just block my number? What did you do?" I didn't respond. I was too busy packing. I left the locket on the kitchen counter with a note. "Give this to the next one. Maybe she'll last longer than 10 years. I am writing this from a hotel room 2 states away. The divorce papers are filed. Patricia's still in the hospital, and I hope she stays there. I know because I made a fake profile just to check his bio. Says he's looking for someone special. Someone who appreciates family traditions. I reported him to the app for fraud.